Once, the Buddha traveled from Sarnath to Uruvela, where he met the Kassapa brothers, three highly respected ascetics who were prominent spiritual leaders in the kingdom of Magad. Each brother commanded the respect of their followers, earned through years of extreme ascetic practices and spiritual discipline. And together, they led a community of 1,000 matted hair ascetics. When the Buddha approached the Kassapas, they were skeptical of him. But the Buddha, with his boundless insight, sensed their inner conflict and spoke to them with calm and compassion. "You believe you are walking on the path of holiness," he said, his voice gentle yet firm. "But you are lost in darkness. The true path is not where you think it is. Let me show you the way." The Kassapa brothers were shocked by the Buddha's words, as the words of Buddha touched upon the thoughts they had not spoken aloud. Deeply moved and humbled, they felt their pride being replaced by genuine reverence. With a sincere bow, the eldest of the brothers said, "Show us the way, O great teacher. Help us move out of this darkness and find the light." In the days that followed, Buddha stayed with Kassapas and their disciples. On one occasion, Buddha ascended Gayasisa, a nearby hill, and delivered a sermon that would forever transform the Kassapas and their disciples. The Buddha's voice was calm and clear as he spoke. "Everything in the world is on fire," the Buddha continued and explained. "The eye is on fire, the forms are on fire, and eye contact is on fire. Every feeling that comes from the eye contact, whether it's pleasant, painful, or neutral, is also on fire." The Buddha continued, "The ears are burning, sounds are burning, the nose is burning, fragrance are burning, the tongue is burning, flavors are burning, the body is burning, sensations are burning, the intellect is burning, ideas are burning." The monks were puzzled. "Burning? With what?" The Buddha said, "Everything is burning with the fire of craving, the fire of hatred, and the fire of ignorance. It is also burning with birth, aging, and death. It burns with sorrow, cries, pain, grief, and hopelessness. These fires," he explained, "are not external. They arise within us, fueled by our desires, our hatred, and our ignorance. They are flames of wanting what we cannot have, rejecting what we dislike, and misunderstanding the true nature of life." The Buddha's words were not meant to frighten or discourage anyone. Instead, he wanted people to reflect deeply on their experiences and the nature of life itself. The world, with all its sights, sounds, and sensations, was not inherently bad. The problem, he explained, was our attachment to these experiences. It was the endless cycle of chasing pleasure and avoiding pain that kept us trapped, like constantly adding fuel to a fire that could never be satisfied. When we run after pleasure, the Buddha said, we feed the flames of craving. When we resist or push away the pain, we fan the flames of hatred. And when we ignore the deeper truths of existence, we remain trapped in the fire of delusion. But there is hope. The Buddha explained that understanding this fire was the first step toward putting it out. When a wise person begins to see the world as it truly is, he said, they stop being so attached to the eyes and what it sees, the nose and what it smells, the ear and what it hears, or the mind and what it thinks. they realize that none of these things bring true, lasting happiness. This letting go, he explained, is not a rejection of life or turning away from the world. Instead, it is about releasing the illusions and false expectations that keep us bound. When we stop feeding the fire of craving, it naturally begins to fade away. The Buddha explained it with great clarity. As passion fades, the mind becomes calm, clear, and completely free. This is true liberation. And with this freedom comes a deep understanding. I am free. The cycle of birth and death has ended. The work that was needed to be done is done. This realization is not just the end of suffering, but the attainment of a deep, lasting peace that arises when the fires of craving, hatred, and delusion are finally extinguished. As the Buddha's words filled the air, they deeply touched the Kassapas and their followers. It was as if the layer of ignorance has been removed, revealing the truth that they had long sought. In that moment, the 1,000 matted ascetics experienced a profound transformation. Their hearts were freed and their minds found peace. The Buddha's teachings resonated on a personal level, addressing their struggles and desires. The monks saw how their lives had been consumed by the flames of craving, hatred, and delusion. They realized that peace could be found by simply letting go. The Kassapa brothers embraced the Buddha as their teacher, and their 1,000 disciples, inspired by his wisdom, attained arhatship, or the state of perfection and enlightenment, freeing themselves from the cycle of suffering. The fire sermon remains one of the Buddha's most powerful teachings, reminding us that suffering arises from within. By choosing not to feed these inner flames, we too can find true freedom and lasting peace. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing us for more content on Buddhist history, practices, and wisdom. Thank you for watching, and may your spiritual journey be filled with peace, mindfulness, and enlightenment.